Yeah, thank you guys for joining us. It's been a while since we've had a podcast, and it's really exciting because we're trying to hit on all three of the different cylinders with critters, conservation, and hiking. This is our first hiking episode, and I'm glad to be joined by such a varied group of individuals here. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight. It's our first time ever on Discord, so if I look blurry or if it looks a little odd or fuzzy or different, just give us some time. Allow me just some opportunities here to get out all the quirks until we could get this to be fully operational and look as nice as some of the other stuff that we have on the channel. But yeah, we have a very exciting show. I'm very excited for all the guests we have, as they all announce themselves, some good friends of mine, as well as different people skilled in different backgrounds. So we're gonna have a lot of fun. So before we go too deep into the discussion tonight, I do want to focus on one of the main points of the hiking podcast aspect of this, and that is the all seasons show. So there's so many things we can talk about, but we're on season three, and I know that there is an about section on the Woods and Forest Media website. But Ben, being the show host, I mean, can you talk for a little bit about like what your experiences have been? How has it been received in the community, if it has at all, and just explain a little more of what your role is in Woods and Forest Media from the All Seasons show.
Yeah, so we've made, I don't know, how many have we made now? 5 or 6 episodes or
So
something like
6 episodes for both seasons, plus the one that's about to come out on Monday. Well, when you're watching this, it'll already be out, but basically 7 episodes.
Yeah, and it's really grown and kind of changed as we went. The first episode was just Aaron and I out walking on a trail, talking about it a little bit, and it's grown to something where we've connected with some of the people that have set up and maintain and are on the boards of various trails and parks, and we've got to interview them. And like I said earlier, that's been awesome to interview them and to just learn about their park or learn about the trail. There's tons of awesome history all over the place, especially here in Western Pennsylvania, and so we get to hear a little bit about that and just hear even upcoming stuff. It's cool to find out some of the stuff that people are doing to continue to develop these trails, as hiking and just outdoor activities have really grown in popularity over the past, I don't know, 10 or 15 or 20 years, and then really exploded over the last 3 years since COVID, when people were stuck not being able to do a lot, and so they went outside and went on the trails and in the woods, and that has really grown the hobby or the sport or whatever you want to call it of being out and hiking and adventuring and that type of stuff. So I've learned a lot just doing the show and talking to different people, and I've got to showcase some areas that I like to hike at. And like I said, we're hopefully going to expand that and hit on some new trails here coming up.
Yeah, so what are some of the things we can expect for season three? I know we've talked a little bit about where we've focused at, but season one doesn't take place in Johnstown. Episode one for season three takes place in Somerset County, just outside of Johnstown. But is that something that we should be looking at down the road for the following episodes? Maybe we're trying to break out and explore a little bit more around, say, the ridges, or just getting outside of the county, or are we still kind of hit and miss depending on what we put on the slate for like where the next place is going to be? Is it kind of like just up in the air?
Yeah, I don't know that we have a real set plan. I have some places in mind. There's a place in Indiana County, or just barely in Indiana County, right across the Cambria County line, that we talked about going. That's supposed to have some cool overlooks. I've actually never been there before, so it would be a new experience to me. We have an episode coming out. I guess you said it'll be out right before this comes out. That's in Somerset County, just barely in Somerset County, on the Babcock Ridge, and there's a ton of stuff to explore there. So I'd like to go back there and explore a little bit more of the trails up there. Blue Knob State Park is somewhere we've talked about going, and they have a ton of trails up there. And I was just talking to somebody the other day that was talking about different overlooks and stuff up there, which I didn't know were up there. I've never been to any overlooks up there, so that would be cool to check that out. And if we get down into Somerset County, uh, Lynn Run State Park, I think it's Laurel State Park. There's a bunch of little state parks down there along the ridge that would be cool to explore as well. So hopefully expand a little bit, get outside just this Johnstown, Cambria County area to explore some more stuff.